Welcome to the third of our series of videos on Hashgacha on divine providence. What is, if this we have to do a little background again before we can move on, what is nature according to the Torah? That's going to be our next background piece before we move on. The world runs on a general system, right? We know this. The general system is organized, it's consistent, and it's easily observable. When it gets to the winter time, it gets cold. When it gets to after the nighttime, the sun rises, or it looks like it rises, and it becomes daylight out and it becomes warmer than it was at night. The world doesn't have to, though, run on this system. And the system lends itself to interruptions. We always see winter days that are warm or summer days that are a little chilly, or it rain in the middle of the summer. But this happens. There are interruptions in the system. People go ahead and study the world around them. That studying is called science. That's what we explained in the last video. These scientists, they create lists of consistently observable phenomena, meaning it rains in the winter. That's something that occurs over and over every single winter. And they call that repeating phenomena nature, right? Those phenomena are called nature. So when it rains every single winter, that becomes nature. It's natural for it to rain in the winter. It's natural for it to snow, for it to be cold in the winter. That's what nature is. Nature is so consistent, one can rely on it that it's going to keep repeating itself. So I know to take out my winter clothes at night. I know that there's going to be something called gravity, which keeps me down. So I don't have to buckle myself in at night to my bed to make sure I don't float up and hit my head on the ceiling. I can rely on nature, even though it has interruptions. Now, Jews don't think that nature occurs on its own. According to the Torah, Jews maintain that God controls nature. His control is called Hashgacha, providence, because it's God relating to the world. So nature isn't something outside of God. Nature is controlled and managed by God, and that is called Hashgacha.